All right, hello traders. It's definitely that time once again to make an update on the situation of the markets and to see what kind of trading opportunities lies ahead of us and how we can be capitalizing on these potential trading opportunities. As usual, this webinar will be kept as educational as possible. But before we go into the analysis proper, first of all, the risk disclaimer explaining that trading foreign exchange and the global financial markets is considered high risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Please seek the advice of an independent financial advisor, and this webinar is for educational purposes only. Alright, the pair we are trying to analyze right now is the EURCAD. And why EURCAD? Because the pair is about to give us a very good potential trading opportunity. Now, first of all, what we can see here is that the market has made this nice impulse to the downside and is currently approaching a previous resistance area. This area acted as a very strong resistance before the market was broken to the upside, which should now become support here. So we do expect some nice continuation to the downside for a retest of this broken resistance now turns support here. So from the monthly perspective, we do still expect a continuation to test the previous broken resistance now turn support. So going down into the weekly time frame, what do we see? Now from a weekly perspective, we can see the previous candle here, which was closed, this candle here, this red one. We can see how that is formed this nice body and this wick. Now I've said before that whenever you see a candle like this, what you do expect is for the next candle to try to fill in this wick. So we do still expect some continuation to the downside and from a weekly perspective. However, if it seems as if the market is going is forming some bullish candles here, but we do still have 4 days and 3 hours for this candle to close. So there's still a possibility of this market melting to the downside. This is the situation on the weekly time frame. So from a monthly and a weekly perspective, we do expect some continuation to the downside, at least for the retest of this magenta area, which we've identified as the strong support area. Now going down into the daily time frame, what do we see? Now we can see that the market has just made this nice impulse and is currently making a correction to the upside. Now generally speaking, after an impulse, a correction, what you do expect is another impulse to the downside. So we do expect at some point in time that after this, now that we've made this nice impulse and a correction, we do expect at some point in time for this correction to fizzle out and for the markets to make another continuation to the downside. So after an impulse, if you want to measure the correction, what you can do is to take your Fibonacci from the high of this impulse to the low of the impulse, and we can see here that the market has already retraced to the 50 fib level. Now we do still expect possibly that the market, there's still a possibility for the markets to retrace to the 61.8 and possibly even the 786 Fibonacci retracement level. Now definitely from here we're looking to go short. We're looking for a shorting opportunity because we do know that after an impulse and a correction, we do expect a continuation back to the downside. So how do we approach this shorting opportunity here? Well, what we can do right now is to monitor the situation as the markets continue to move to the upside, and we'll be waiting for the market to shift from a bullish from a bullish market as it is right now to a bearish market. And once the market will shift from a bullish market to a bearish market, we'll be going in for a nice shorting opportunity with a good risk reward ratio and targeting possibly the first of all the minus 272 area, which is just down here at the strong support level we already identified, for the completion of this nice impulse continuation and another impulse to the downside. Now this is how we intend approaching this trade. And if you do have any comments or any questions, feel free to post it on the commenting section, and I'll be glad to answer your questions. Cheers, and see you in my next updates.